Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome back. So this is going to be kind of a first of its kind, but I'm planning on making some videos, like on tier lists or on things like this, where I can just kind of go over what my favorite of something particular that I enjoy is. Obviously, making longer videos does take a while, and this not being my full-time job, it does take even longer. So I do want to be able to get things going more consistently at least. And making a video like this makes it easier where it's kind of sort of like a tier list. So today this is not a tier list, but it is a picking your favorite Pokemon thing. Now, what you guys might not know about me is I am a pretty big fan of Pokemon. It is something I really enjoy, and I did stream part 1 of my first ever Nuzlocke in the new Fire Red Virtual Console Switch game. So, just because, why not? You know, Pokemon is on my mind right now. Obviously, Pokemon Day was just a couple of days ago. I am going to be picking my all-time favorite Pokemon, and I think I know what it's gonna be, but I'm not gonna spoil that right away. So we're just gonna get started with the Generation 1 normal type. Alright, so the kind of interesting, I haven't looked at Pokemon like in this way, so I kind of forget that Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff are normal types, yeah, granted I don't really enjoy them. I think right here it's between probably Snorlax and Eevee, and I'd probably say Snorlax here. I love Snorlax. Moving on to fire type, so I do know that starter and legend shows up later, so I'm gonna try to not overlap anything. Pure fire type though, I think my favorite's Arcanine in this generation. Now water type is gonna be pretty difficult. There are a lot of them in Kanto. But shit, there's a name that pops up in my head when I think of water types and which one's my favorite. I've used it so much in Kanto. It's gotta be Vaporeon. I love Vaporeon. Grass type. Again, so I think what I'm gonna do for these, I'm just not gonna pick a starter, because like Venusaur probably is my favorite grass type in this generation, but my other is probably Victory Bell. I've used Victory Bell before. I do really like Victory Bell. Now here, I don't want to go only evolutions, but I have no real connection with any of these guys in the middle, the Magnemite line or the Voltorb line. I'm not that big of a fan of Pikachu and Raichu anymore. And then Zapdos is a legend, so I'm gonna wait until the legend tier to speak about that one. So it's gotta be Jolteon. No offense to Electabuzz, I think Electabuzz is fine. Ice types, this is another one I'm indifferent to. I would pick Articuno, but I think I'm gonna go with Lapras here. I've used Lapras before. I do like Lapras. Fighting types. Jeez. You know what? I really like my Primeape in yellow. I'm using him for the first time ever in a playthrough, and I'm loving Primeape right now. Oh, wow. There are a lot of poison types. Just looking at this list, though, I mean, Nidoking. I love Nidoking. Nidoking is elite. Oh, Nidoking also shows up on ground. Forgot he's dual type. But honestly, ground type, I'm gonna go Nidoqueen, because I do like both of them a lot. And Nidoqueen I used first, actually, in Pokemon Yellow. And then I used Nidoking in Pokemon Leaf Green. Or maybe it was the other way around, but flying type, this is hard. I love Pidgeot. Dragonite's one of the 3 dragons, so I'm gonna go with Pidgeot here. Even though Pidgeot isn't the greatest psychic type, I mean, there's one psychic type that stands alone in this generation. Alakazam is amazing. Man, so I really have no feelings towards Scyther or Pinsir, but overall, I mean, honestly, probably Beedrill. I really fuck with Mega Beedrill. Rock type. Again, something that's a bit harder. I don't generally use rock types on my teams. I don't know if I've actually used any of these guys on a playthrough team. Probably Golem, though. Actually, no, because in Alola, I used a Alolan Golem. So I do like Golem. My favorite's Gengar. I mean, I love Gengar. Love Dragon. What? I mean, I guess these are dark. I mean, design-wise, I think I like Kabutop's fossil best. Steel type, I mean, Magneton, fairy type. I'm not a big fan of the fairies, but I do like my Mr. Mime and Leaf Green in my current playthrough, so there's that. My favorite starter is definitely Charizard. I know a lot of people hate Charizard because of how loved he is, but it's Charizard. Come on now. Oh my god. I forgot about G-Max existing, honestly. But I wasn't that big of a fan of Gigantamax. I'm confused as to why there are 2 Mega Dragonites here, but you know, it is what it is. There are 2 Mega Starmies as well. Oh, it looks like there's just duplicates of a lot of the new ones, which is kind of interesting. But oh, this is hard. My favorite gimmick. I mean, Mega Charizard X is what sold me on getting Pokemon X, so I think I'll say that. And then my favorite legend, I mean, I'm not that big of a fan of Mewtwo. If you guys couldn't notice, I'm wearing a different shirt now. It's because my stupid ass decided to forget to record generations 2 and 3 on here. So because I'm stupid, I don't fully remember exactly what I put, but so I do need to finish off the legendary section. And I was talking about how I'm not that big of a fan of Mewtwo. It's because Zapdos is my favorite legend from Kanto. That one's easy enough. Normal type from Johto I'm not too connected with. Like, I really didn't play it that much, but I mess with Noctowl. I like Dashes in the anime. And then, let's see. Houndoom is a pretty dope guy. Rooper's a pretty chill individual. Hang on, I picked Sunflora here, which is disgusting. Electric type Ampharos, yeah, okay, I have to keep looking over. Sneasel for ice. Heracross I really like, but I did Hitmontop because I chose Heracross for bug. Okay, you know what? This is gonna be a retcon, but looking back, like, did I put I put Scissorin for Steel? Like, I could put, I'm gonna put Steelix here. I like Steelix. Alright, this is gonna be a retcon. Ignore the fact that it's a retcon. Scizor is my favorite bug type, and then my favorite fighting type is Heracross. I love all 3 of those Pokemon. Crobat's Crobat. Crobat's a chill guy. Did I? Oh my god, wait, I put Steelix for ground type? I mean, honestly, I'd rather have Pupitar on here, but yeah, I have Tyranitar on here for dark? No, I have Umbreon on for dark. Okay. I'm sorry, this is really fucked up. I just was not expecting to be doing this right now as I'm editing the video. Pretty much none of these Pokemon, like, again, like I said, Johto-wise, really are, you know, crazy involved with me, particularly. Pokemon Shield. Heracross, I kept the gift Heracross from Legends ZA and used it because I've never used Heracross before, and I really like Heracross after that. Heracross has definitely grown on me. So I put Crobat in the flying section before. There are gonna be so many retcons here. It's gonna be insane. But what I'm putting here right now, this is my genuine, what I believe is truth as to what my favorite Pokemon are. Now, Hoenn, my takes shouldn't change that much, but Johto-wise, it will, and even later in the video, it will. I forgot to pick a legendary. My favorite's Ho-Oh. I've always loved Ho-Oh. But overall, I mean, Johto just wasn't that crazy of a region for me. I never really got into it. I think I've only played a Johto game once. But now moving on to Generation 3, which is probably my favorite overall. I've played through Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald quite a few times. So I've used Exploud, and I really like Exploud. It's really not too hard for me. I'm not that big of a fan of Slacking. Linoone is a great HM slave. Swellow is going to be the flying type. Spinda is an interesting fella. Kecleon, I don't really care too much. Same goes for Castform and Zangoose. Swablu, other than Blaziken, who will be the starter. Camera is pretty chill fella. Water type wise, I believe, if I'm thinking right, I did end up retconning my list like right after this, but for now I'm just gonna go with what I put. And Sharpedo is my go-to water type in this generation, other than Swampert. And my go-to grass type is a mix of, well, Ludicolo being water and grass. Overall, I'd probably go with Breloom, or did I not put Breloom on my original list? Oh no, I did, okay. So I'd probably put Shiftry here, but I'm gonna hold on to it for Dark, because I do like Ludicolo a lot. Electric types are, there's only one that really makes sense. I mean, I guess if you're a Plusle fan, then, you know, you do you. I'll respect it. Ice type wise, I only really like Walrein. I've never actually used Glalie before. And then fighting type wise, Breloom. Breloom is pretty cool. Poison type is kinda interesting. I guess I like Seviper's design, but nothing too crazy there. Ground type, I mean, Claydol I'm fine with, but Tate and Liza kinda ruined him for me, so I'd choose Flygon over him. Swallow is a pretty chill fellow. Gardevoir is either the best Psychic or Fairy. I'd probably put Gardevoir at Fairy, actually, like, looking back. Because then I could probably throw... Honestly, I'm not sure if there is anybody I'd rather put in Psychic than Gardevoir. I mean, my fairy type choice is Mawile, which I'm kind of indifferent toward, but I'm fine with Mawile at the same time. I do like me Ninjask. Ninjask is pretty chill. Aggron is amazing. I love Aggron so much. I've played through with it a couple of times. Shedinja, another one that just intrigues me in all honesty. Dragon type wise, Salamence is pretty easy to choose in my opinion. Dark type wise, I do believe this changes, but we will go Shiftry for now. Then favorite, oh, this is Steel type, Metagross, 2 Pseudos, and then Blaziken's my favorite starter. You guys can bite me on that one. My favorite Mega Evolution is probably Mega Sceptile. Legendary wise, it's honestly kind of hard because I really like all 3 of the Weather Trio, but Rayquaza definitely has the coolest design. But Groudon and Kyogre are so good too, so I'm gonna choose Rayquaza. Really like Rayquaza. And now it looks like we're caught up to the point that I decided to be an absolute dummy and hit stop recording. So we'll send you back to pass me. All right, now we get to move on to Sinnoh. And again, normal type. I guess Staraptor is a normal flying type. Are there any other flying types worth grabbing? I mean, I don't really see. I mean, you know what? No, this is an easy choice. Bidoof. Bidoof is the elite. I love Bidoof. Particularly here. Let's make it specifically shiny Bidoof. Shout out Pokemon Rusty. Peanut butter. If you know, you know. Fire type are so few. I mean, I guess just by default, because I don't want to say legendary or a starter, I'll go Magmortar. Or maybe, man, I don't want to redo my entire list. I might honestly say screw it and redo this a bit, because I really do want to pick Infernape here, because as much as I hate to say it, like just as a quick spoiler here, my favorite starter, Empoleon. I love Empoleon. Empoleon was my first ever fully evolved starter, so I do have a soft spot for it. So I will put Infernape in real quick. I'm gonna pause and I'm just gonna like redo anything that I think can be redone when it comes to starters being on these lists. So give me a second and I will explain what I've done. Alright, so the changes I did make. So I put Sharpedo in my favorite dark type here for Gen 3, and then we got Sceptile as my favorite grass type, Mudkip as my favorite water type, Feraligatr is my favorite water type in Gen 2, and then Bayleaf is my favorite grass type in Gen 1 is Venusaur now. So, looking at that, this does look a bit better to me. Now, water type or Sinnoh, probably Weasel, or not Weasel, Floatzel, my bud. I like Floatzel. Grass type wise, I really like Leafeon. I love Leafeon's design. I've used it a couple of times. Do I like it better than Torterra though? I think for now I'm going to pick Leafeon. I really do like Leafeon. Luxray is such an easy choice for electric. I kind of forgot that there is a ice-type Rotom. Out of all these, I've only ever used Frostlass. It's between Frostlass and Weavile for sure. I think I'm going to go Frostlass here for my favorite ice type. It's got to be Lucario. I mean, Lucario is so iconic. I love Lucario. I also really like, after my Legends ZA playthrough, or not ZA playthrough, my Legends Arceus playthrough, I really like Drapion. I had a shiny Drapion on my team. That was pretty cool. So my favorite ground type is going to be Torterra. Favorite flying type, easily Staraptor. Psychic, I mean, Psychic feels super hit or miss. Like, honestly, I don't really know. I think Gallade would be my favorite Psychic type, but Kricketune is the GOAT. Me and all my homies love Kricketune. Rock types, there's not much to choose from here. Definitely not Mario without his hat. I didn't use either of the fossils, and I haven't used any of these ones actually. Design-wise though, probably Rampardos. I really like the look on Rampardos. Honestly, here, as much as I hate to admit it, you know what? No, I think I'll go Frostlass for Ghost, because like I haven't used any of these 3. I have no real connection with them. But I do like Weavile. I really like Weavile. Now, Dragon, this is probably... What is this? Primal Dialga. When was Primal Dialga a thing? Anyway, Garchomp easily. My favorite dragon. A lot of pseudos going down this list. In fact, I believe every pseudo legendary has made an appearance here. I do really like pseudo legends. Oh, do I pick a Drapion here and then pick something else for poison? I don't think so. I'm not that big of a Toxicroak guy, you know? But at the same time, I do like Toxicroak better than like any of these guys here, except Spiritomb. Well, even then, I'm not that big of a Spiritomb fan. Does Spiritomb show up on here for some reason? No, he doesn't. Okay. So I guess I could have picked Spiritomb, but I'm not going to. Steel type wise. This one's also a bit odd. I've used a Magnezone though, and I do like Magnezone. There's only 2 options for fairy, so I'll go Togekiss. I do generally like Togekiss. And then my favorite form, oh my god, I forgot Megathoraptor existed. I just finished playing the DLC. So, isn't there some form? Yeah, there's a gimmick form of Palkia and Dialga, right? Because there's the, I guess not Primal Palkia, but the Origin form. Wouldn't you count those as gimmicks, or I don't know. But I think I'm gonna say Mega Garchomp Z. It just got announced a couple of days ago. I didn't even have it yet in Legends ZA, but I just love the design of it. And then my favorite legend, a lot of you guys are probably thinking Garatina or Origin form Garatina. My favorite's Palkia. I will always have a soft spot for Palkia right there. And now we're gonna move on to Gen 5. So Gen 5, starting with normal type. So this was the most new Pokemon added in a game, I believe, for a while. I don't know why there's just a straight up woman here. But there is. And, I mean, looking at the normal types, none of them really stand out. I used Unfezant for a while in my playthrough of Pokemon White. Is there, like, a better flying type to pick, though? Okay, I might put Unfezant in my normal type, because I think I'm gonna put Archeops and not flying, because I do like Archeops. So I'll do Unfezant. I particularly had the female form Unfezant. Favorite fire type. Ooh. Chandelure could work for ghost type. White Door. I mean, these have to be from the movie set that I really didn't go too deep into. So the more I've grown up, the more I've realized that Emboar is a beast. But here, I'm gonna go my favorite fire type is Volcarona. I love Volcarona. Water type. This generation is kind of really hard because there are a lot of Pokemon I really like in this one. Like, honestly, Seismitoad is ugly as hell, but I love Seismitoad. I also really like Samurott. It's hard to choose between the two, but I think I'm going to choose Samurott. My favorite grass type is going to be Leavanny. I really like Leavanny. Definitely. It's between Zebstrika and Electros. This is kind of hard. I think I've got to go Zebstrika, though. What is this? That's a UFO and then a robotic version of Tyranitar. We'll go Zebstrika though, make our lives a little bit easier. Between Vanillux and Beartic, I'd rather have Vanillux. Fighting wise, here is where I will go Emboar, because I'm not a big fan of these guys. I don't really like this line. Scraggy and Scrafty are fine, but I'd rather get Emboar there. Now here. This is where it's interesting. Is there a better bug type? Because this generation, when it comes to bug types, went crazy. Like, these are some of the best bug types, and my favorite is definitely Scolipede, if I pronounce his name right even. Ground type, I mean, Jesus, dude. There are so many good. There are so many good Pokemon in this generation. It's so hard to choose. I'll come back to Poison, but Crocodile is my favorite ground type. Psychic. None of these are really extreme standouts to me, I guess. Bryson, man, yes, and the UFO is part Psychic type too. If I had to choose one of them, probably Behemoth, bug type. I mean, this is hard. Am I gonna put Scolipede, Volcarona, or, even Leavanny could still be put as my favorite bug type, and I mean, just looking at it, I don't think there's any grass types I'd rather put here and here, just to make you guys understand why I'm not putting Superior in grass type. Superior is my favorite starter. So bug type, we can for sure rule out Leavanny. We can't rule out Scolipede yet. I mean, honestly though, I think we can. Volcarona is really the only one that's kind of questionable, but that depends on the other ghost types. And all that intriguing to me other than Chandelure. Gigalith is definitely my favorite rock type. That one's pretty easy. Bug type is difficult though. I think I'll go with Galvantula. I do fuck with him. And this is probably going to be the only generation where I don't have the Pseudo Legend, unless he's my favorite dark type. But I don't believe so. I think my favorite dark type has got to be between Zoroark and Liepard. And I think it's going to be Zoroark. Now, Steel type is another one that's a bit more difficult, but I also think it's just Excadrill. And there are 2 options here for Fairy, so we'll take Whimsicott. Forms, there's another one that's kind of difficult, but I think Mega Scolipede. I think this is my favorite. My favorite legend. There are so many legendaries. It is actually kind of insane. But I've always loved Zekrom, and now it's time to move on to Gen 6. So where Gen 5 was hard because there were so many good options, I think Gen 6 will be hard for the exact opposite reason. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm not counting like megas or anything along those lines until we get to the gimmick form. Unless for some reason Gen 6... Oh my god. Oh, they're all right here. That is insane. Is there any like new Pokemon from Gen 6 that are... I don't even know. Normal type wise though, there's nothing too crazy. I haven't used any of these ones, so I'm gonna go just straight up based on design. So I'll go Pyroar, fire type. Okay, here, let me look at psychic types. Okay, yeah, we're gonna give Delphox the psychic nod. I mean, yeah, there really isn't anything much better. Again, I'm not gonna go with any of the new forms. Kind of wish they didn't show up right away. So fire type is kind of difficult. I mean, is there any flying types I'd rather have than Talonflame? Are there any dragon types here? Okay, so I think I know what I'm gonna do here. So we're gonna go Talonflame here at fire. I do really like Talonflame. Water type is... I do like Barbaracle. I used it for a long time in Legends EA. Another one that I really love is Trevenant. Trevenant is one of my favorite Pokemon, even though I really haven't used them that much. Electric type, I'll go with Heliolisk. There really isn't anything too crazy electric wise. I do like Aurorus. I mean, this is hard. There are only 4 Pokemon here. I really have no attachment to any of them, but I do mess with Hawlucha the most. This would be just 2 if it weren't for these, so I'm gonna take Dragalge. Wow. There's a severe lack of new ground types, so I've got to go Diggersby. Noivern is getting my flying type nod. Wow, Generation 6 really was a bit lackluster in a lot of departments. Aegislash, I've used that one before. Goodra definitely deserves flowers there. Oh my god. I'll go Malamar here. I mean, wow, I didn't realize that there were so few new Pokemon added. I really don't want to double up, but I feel like in this scenario I have to, because I really don't like Klefki, but I'll put Klefki on there anyway. Sylveon's the only fairy type from this generation I've used. Greninja clearly is my favorite starter. And then Yikes, we have a big old Yikes with gimmick form, and I'll actually move my webcam up to the top left here real quick, just because now we're getting to the point where I would be covering things up if I was on the bottom. So here I've got to go with something that was introduced in X and Y, I think, because I don't think there are any new Pokemon that were added that have a Mega. So when I think of Mega Evolutions from X and Y, I think of like the Kanto Pokemon, because that's really the majority of what X and Y had, because then Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire added quite a few. But I really don't know what I want to do here. I mean, unless I just choose like one of the Mega Kalos starters, maybe I'll choose one of these guys. So I used Mega Greninja in my playthrough. I don't think Mega Pyroar looks that great. Mega Malamar is kind of odd. Mega Barbaracle, I do like Mega Barbaracle, and I might go with him, but I honestly really do like Mega Greninja, so I'll put Mega Greninja as my favorite there. I'm not sure how many new, like here though, we will have the different variants of Kanto Pokemon for Gen 7, and normal type, I mean, wow. There's not much going on here. This is also my least favorite generation of Pokemon. Salazzle I do like Incineroar, but I don't like it as much as I like Torracat. I'm gonna go Torracat there. Water type, I forgot Ash Greninja was added this generation. I have used a Glycopod in a playthrough before. Grass type is kinda hard. I don't know if I want to use a regional variant for this. I think I'd rather just pick from the new Pokemon that were added. I think I'll go with Lurantis. Again, that's kind of a spoiler, because my favorite starter is going to end up showing up. So this one's easy. Vikavolt. Vikavolt is the elite. I love Vikavolt. Probably my favorite electric type. Or one of my favorite electric types. Crabominable is the only ice type that was added, so we kind of have to go with that one. We'll go with Beware, because I might change that up. It's subject to change. Salazzle will be my pick for poison. Not much when it comes to choices for ground, but I did use a Mudbray. Flying type, again, nothing too crazy. I'll pick Rowlet. Psychic, even less to work with. Oranguru, if that's how you pronounce his name properly. I'd rather have a Grubbin than anything else bug type related here. I do like Dayform Lycanroc best. And then right here is, you know, it's hard. I think I'm gonna go Mimikyu here actually. Ghost really isn't that difficult of one. Then here we'll go Hakamoa or Kamamoa. I can't even remember half their names. Well, I guess Incineroar is the easy choice here. And honestly, I'm not even mad at that one. I like Incineroar. It did disappoint me that it went on to 2 legs, but Steel types, I mean, there's nothing crazy here. Togedemaru. Fairy types, I mean, we're just walking right into this. Primarina. Starter. If you guys couldn't tell, we're waiting for Decidueye here. Gimmick form. Here I will go with any of the Alolan forms, and I think my favorite's Alolan Ninetales. I love the look of Alolan Ninetales. I'm just realizing I forgot to pick a legendary in Generation 6, so I will do that really quick. And honestly, this is hard. It's probably honestly Xerneas, but Generation 7, my favorite. All these are really forgettable to me. But I'll go with Solgaleo. Gen 8. Oh, here, this is a bit interesting. Normal type. I think I'm gonna get back to that one, because I don't know whether there's a better dark type than Obstagoon. Favorite fire type. Ooh, this is something. Oh, you know what? So I guess I will have to, for this one, include the Hisuian forms. Oh, that's gonna make this rough. So I'm gonna go Centiskorch here for fire. Water. Eating a Pikachu. What? I've never in my life seen that one. I'll go Inteleon here for water. Grass type, I love Flapple. Flapple is elite. Boltdown, I used him in my playthrough. Another one that I absolutely love. Mr. Rhyme, I think, is one of the better new evolutions we've gotten as of recent. I do like the switch up of Farfetch'd, and I do like Sirfetch'd. They finally gave him an evolution. Toxtricity, high key form. I do like. Sandaconda is so stupid that I like it. It's so dumb looking, but it's amazing. Corviknight, I think I'd rather use for steel. We will use Corvisquire, because Corvisquire is pure flying. The first pure flying type, I believe, since Tornadus? Psychic type wise, I do like Orbeetle, because Orbeetle is just so interesting. The fact that it's a bug and a psychic type. But I might have to use it for my bug type choices. So for now, I'll put Hatterene. And I'll put Orbeetle there. And then rock type, I mess with Colossal. Ooh, but there's also Kleavor. I didn't really like Kleavor that much. It didn't feel like it was really all that necessary. I'll go Poltegeist, because it's just kind of funny. Dragon type, we gotta go with Dragapult. I mean, it's hard not to. Dark type, honestly, the more I look at it, the more I actually enjoy Grimmsnarl, so I think I'll go back and I'll put Obstagoon at normal. Corviknight is definitely my favorite steel type. Fairy type. Oh man, this makes. Oh no. Alcremie. I like Alcremie. It was really interesting how it evolved too. You had so many different variations of it. Yet again, this is another area where one starter tree won't actually show up. And I'm choosing Cinderace as my favorite starter because Cinderace is. I love Cinderace. Wow, we have a lot to choose from here. But honestly, I really like Hisuian Typhlosion. I think all the Hisui forms are really cool looking. I just think my favorite is Hisuian Typhlosion. And then my favorite legendary from these games, and I haven't used Legends in a while, so I guess I'll have to go like based off of design. And I think my favorite design-wise, I love the look of Zamazenta shield form. I also like the look of Zacian blade formed. I'm not that big of a fan of the regional variants of the legendary birds. I'm not that big of a fan of Origin Palkia or Dialga. This thing is just disgusting. I wasn't too big of a fan of Urshifu. I think, honestly, I'm gonna go with Crown to Zamazenta. And now, Gen 9, where we sit for now, until next year. Oh god, I have so many other things to click onto if I decide I want to do down here. Favorite normal type, Lechonk. I think we gotta go Lechonk. Lechonk is elite. Fire type. Oh, this is hard, but I'm gonna go Ceruledge. I love Ceruledge. I've played with a lot of Pokemon in these games, and I'm actually, like, one of the biggest Scarlet and Violet lovers. I know that it's a unpopular opinion to have, but I really do love those games. I'm gonna go with Quackwavel here. Grass type. No, here's where it's like kind of. Oh yeah, Iron Leaves. I forgot that was a thing. You know, I bought Pokemon Violet just so I could get the future versions of these. There's an interesting little fact there for you fellas. Grass type. I love Sprigatito. It's hard to say anything against Sprigatito. I do like Kilowattrel. There's really no other electric types that really speak out to me. I'm fine with... Actually, you know, I think Ice type, I'm going to go back Excalibur. Fighting type, not very many to go with, but Flamigo is elite. But at the same time, Annihilate is such a good evolution to a classic Pokemon. I really do like that one. I like Paldean Wooper and then Clodsire, but I think Reverum is my favorite poison type. It's so goofy that I love it. Toedscruel is so stupid. That's another one that I really like just because of stupidity. We can go Flamigo here now, though. Oh, I did not know that Armarouge was a psychic type, and I might honestly go with Armarouge here as my favorite psychic type, because, I mean, Rabsca kind of left a sour taste in my mouth, having to walk around with the other guy to evolve it, so I'll go Armarouge here. Not much to go for bug type wise, but I do like low kicks. Rock type wise, again, there's nothing too crazy here, but I think Cloth looks so stupid that it deserves it. Now here's where I saved Skeleturge for. Now you guys can kind of figure out exactly what's going where. Cyclizar, I'll put as my favorite dragon. You know what? Actually, no. I like the yellow Tatsugiri. It's so stupid. Tatsugiri is such a dumb Pokemon. I love it. Mabosfet? I don't know how to pronounce it, but... Oh, actually, never mind. Kingambit. Kingambit is so cool. This is, definitely Tinkaton. I loved using Tinkaton. Or do I do Tinkaton as my favorite fairy type? Let's see. Orthworm is stupid looking. Tinkaton I really like. Favorite starter, Meowscarada. Well, there are a lot of forms here. I've made my decision. It's Paldean Wooper. Favorite legend. I don't like any of these three. I think these three are stupid. I think the mask guy is kind of stupid. I really don't understand this fella. Is this Mega Magearna? Oh, I didn't even know Magearna had a Mega. So it's got to be between Koraidon or Miraidon. I like Koraidon's design better. Alright, now it's time to pick my favorite from each generation. And this is going to be pretty difficult for a lot of them. A lot of them are probably going to be starters. And I think I'm leaning toward Charizard in Generation 1. In Generation 2, I might actually change that up, though. It's between Umbreon, Crobat, and Heracross. I've had so much fun using Heracross recently, but Crobat has been elite for me, and Umbreon is just really cool looking. Typhlosion is also one of them that could be up there, but I haven't used it enough. So honestly, I think it's going to be Crobat. I think I've got to give Crobat that nod. Gen 3 is very easy to me. I love Blaziken. Blaziken was the second starter I picked. Now, Gen 4, I hate to do this to Empoleon, but Garchomp is... it's a hard choice, but I think I've got to give the nod to Superior. This is going to be a battle between starters, it's seeming like. Except for here, this is my clear-cut favorite, Noivern. I love Noivern. I honestly, I'm gonna give the nod to Lycanroc. I love playing with Lycanroc. Cinderace is probably the victor from there. And then, golly, this is hard. It's between Meowscarada, Ceruledge. Honestly, that's it. It's between those two. Ceruledge's design is so much better. I love Meowscarada, though. So now we're going to be picking my favorite of each type from each generation. It's hard to not go with Snorlax. Fire type-wise, I think I'm going to go with Infernape. Water type, it's hard for me to not say Vaporeon. Grass type, this is another one that's very difficult. I think I've got to go Sceptile. Electric type, oh, this is another difficult one. I'm gonna go Luxray though. Ice type, this is another difficult one, but also not so much because I don't really use ice types. So I'm gonna go Walrein. I've used Walrein more than any other ice type, really. Fighting types, this one's tough. I've used Emboar a lot. I really like Emboar. I really like Lucario. Lucario. I really like Breloom. I think Lucario is probably my best bet from all of them. Poison type. Another really tough one. It's really between Nidoking and Scolipede, and I think I've got to give the nod to Nidoking. Another one that's tough. I'm gonna go Crocodile, though. Would be tough if Noivern wasn't part of the flying types in this scenario. Alakazam is still my favorite psychic. Heracross very quickly turned into my favorite bug type. You know what? I thank Heracross for doing that. Well, other than Scolipede, but Heracross definitely made it. Maybe I should have had some more, you know, fighters involved in each rank, but that'll all accumulate over here. Rock type, Tyranitar. I love Tyranitar. Ghost type, Chandelure though, I think. Garchomp, I love all of these. It's just not that hard when Garchomp is... You know, we'll get to that later, because I think I know who's going to end up coming out on top. Dark type. Umbreon. I love Umbreon. Metagross is one that's hard for me to say no to. I think my favorite fairy type is Tinkaton. Oh, man. Favorite starter. I'm sorry, Empoleon, but it's definitely Blaziken. Favorite other form, this one doesn't matter to me as much. Just to have as many different Pokemon involved, I think I'm gonna go with either Sceptile or Typhlosion. I think I'm gonna go with Typhlosion. I really like Typhlosion. Favorite legend, Rayquaza. So now we have to pick between all these fellas to see. This shows right here my favorite Pokemon, and I've known it for a while. My favorite's Garchomp. I love Garchomp. Garchomp is my #1 favorite Pokemon. What are my number 2 and 3? I don't know, but yeah, I'm kind of interested looking in here. Favorite regional bird. We may as well just go through all this, right? This is gonna be a long video anyway. Honestly, it's Tailo. Regional mammal. Bidoof. Regional bug. Swaddle. Pseudo legend. I mean, it's Pikachu clone. Like, I feel like you shouldn't involve Pikachu if it's Pikachu clones, so I'll do Mimikyu. Evolution. It's between Umbreon and Espeon, really, honestly. I think I'm gonna go with Umbreon. Favorite fossil. I think I'm gonna go with Kabutops. It's my favorite design-wise. I think Hisuian Typhlosion's my favorite. Favorite Gmax. Oh, that's what these were. And I think I'm gonna go with Cinderace. I like Cinderace. Baby, I'm not really that big of a fan of any of them, but I do like Elekid's look. It looks goofy. Favorite box legendary? Probably Rayquaza. I mean, it's gotta be Rayquaza. Rayquaza was my favorite legendary there. Mythical. This is a little bit harder, but I think Mew. Ultra Beast. Needle. Probably. Favorite Paradox. And my favorite design one is probably Roaring Moon. Favorite type? I mean, I think it's Dragon. Dragon's probably my favorite type. It's either Dragon or Fire. My favorite Pokeball? This is tough. I think it's the Dusk Ball, though. I really like the Dusk Ball. We'll hit random, like, 5 times after this, and boom, there we go. That's my favorite Spinda. I'm so indifferent on Vivian, but I do like the Midnight look. Creamy. This is another one where it's kind of like, I really don't care. I'll go with, what? There's more? I like that one. Favorite new evolution? Crobat. Click a team. And there we go. So yeah, I think this is my list. Here, I'll get my webcam off here. This is my list for my favorite Pokemon from each region. So you guys can let me know where you differ, what your opinion on my list is. But for now, that's really about it. So thank you guys for watching, and if you stuck around to the end, then I really appreciate that. And if you want more Pokemon content, then well, let me know in the comments. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.